Next, I'm going to show you some more example. So you can, yeah. So when I see the question first, right, I will see, okay, which question type does it belong to? Type A, type B, or type C? So when I first look at this one, evaluate the principle of the value in radian. So I will tell that, okay, this means that we are actually dealing with a type C here. So, yeah. So if I follow the steps here, right? Step 1, yeah, I'm going to punch in calculator to get the basic angle. So I will punch in this thing to get 30 degree, right? Step 2, I punch in the exact value we are getting. So for this, yeah, okay. Step 3 onward is what I will going to write in the working sheets, yeah, the answer sheet. So step 3, right, you can see that from here we can tell this is actually negative alpha in the fourth quadrant, right? Yeah. So ASTC, yeah, you can tell that this one negative alpha, so it's the sign is negative, so we can get that this one. Yeah. So what we can write here, then you will write step 3 onwards, you will write sine 30 degree is equal to half. And based on the relationship, we have actually sine bracket negative 30 degree is equal to negative sine 30. So it's equal to negative half here. And so we will end up negative 30 degree is equal to inverse sine negative half here. So the step 4, right, will be what you will write the final answer. Then you can write the final answer is this one. So I hope by showing you type A, type B, type C, right, will be easier for you to see and know what which one to refer to do the question. Yeah. So similar way for the inverse tangent as well. So this is what you're going to do. But so okay, so this one let me show you also, because this one is in a radian mode. So yeah, for example, for this one, right? So same step 1 you can get from calculator. Well, let me get the answer from the calculator. So if you get from calculator, you will get 35.264 degree. Yeah, but the question is asking for radian, but yet I told you, you need to actually keep a calculator in the degree mode first. The reason is because in case that this is actually a special angle that you need to write in terms of height. But since this one is not, right, you can then use your calculator, or otherwise you can do manually by convert it into the radian mode. Yeah, then you will get the radian. Yeah, okay. So after you have do this one, then the similar steps will kick in to do the question. But pay attention to it is that, like I mentioned just now, earlier I have told you about so long they are positive, right? You realize that you'll be actually lying on the first quadrant. Do you remember? So yeah, you can tell that here it is actually how to say, this one will be actually the first quadrant because it's positive. Yeah, just now I mentioned here. So this is what will happen, and the rest of the step will be just key in the same similar way lah. Okay. Yeah, so this one will be quite similar method of doing also. Yeah. So just now I have also show you this one about how you can find the principal value range. So for this one, right, I will say, okay, they ask you to find the range, so it will be the type A here. Mm. So this one, you can tell, okay, it's in degree mode, so it will be actually the type B. Yeah. Okay. And then for this one, you can tell that it's actually in terms of the radian. And besides, they said in terms of multiple of pi. So this one obviously means what? Obviously means that it's actually the special angle. So obviously we were actually using the degree mode in your calculator because they already emphasize so. So it's very obvious that it will be actually the special angle. So if you actually have a calculator in the radian mode, right, you will not be able to tell at all. So this is something I would like to highlight to you. So for example, let me show you what I mean now. So of course, this one is actually, you can tell it's a type C. So probably I will use one example to show you. So for example, let's say I use the part 2, this one to show you. You can see this one, okay, standard step, right? Step 1, I will ask you to find this. So if you actually use, if you actually did not use, keep your answer in the degree mode, but you actually use the radian mode, what will we get? So you realize you will get 0.785. Yeah, and this one you're not able to tell whether this one is actually special angle or not. So that's why you will not, then you will just keep doing it, then the answer is wrong. Because actually most of the time, even the question never emphasize leave your answer in terms of pi. So long it's a special angle, it's required for you to leave the answer in terms of pi. So this is a must to take note. Yeah. So that's why, yeah, not allowed. You basically just have your calculator in terms of the degree mode to find out the angle. So for this one, if you punch in calculator, you get 45 degree. But of course, as per the question asks you to leave in the radian mode, you cannot leave it. You must actually write pi over 4. Mm. Okay, then standard step, huh? So if it's negative, punch in calculator to get the answer, to get the actual principal value, because calculator always give you the principal value range. So that's why you can from here tell that, oh, actually it's in the second quadrant. Yeah, but of course must still leave it in the radian mode lah. So must leave it in the mode pi, like this. So this is step 1 and step 2, which is not counted. The mark is not counted. So step 3 onwards is what you will write in your answer sheet, like I say. So you will write cosine 45 degree equal to 1 over square root 2 first. Followed then by this. You can tell it's a second quadrant. So yeah, second quadrant is 180 minus alpha. So it's actually pi minus 45, minus pi over 4. Is equal to, because it's ASTC, so S ma. So cosine is negative with the basic angle. So then you can get this one, 3 pi over 4 is equal to negative 1 over square root 2. Then you will get this one is equal to inverse cosine this. Then finally you will get, you will just swap the position to write your final answer. Okay. Is it okay?
Mm.
Then, yeah, okay, this one, I think something special about the question 3 part 2. So I'm going to show you. This one, right, you realize, oh my God, you didn't give us the value, the actual value that we are quite used to, right? So no worry. This one just one extra step to convert it into what we want. You just punch in calculator. This one. Okay. So you shall get mm, let me punch in calculator. Mm. So So, oh, wait a minute. From a calculator, right, probably you will get the value like a decimal, 0.866. So, but you can tell that actually 120 is a special angle. So what you will do, right, remember I mentioned to you earlier, last time I taught you, right, you can actually square the value, right? You square it, then you will get 3/4 lor. Yeah, but to write the proper value, right, because it's a negative value instead, you will actually square root it. So it's negative, this one. So you shall get this. So bear in mind, 100, sine 120 is actually second quadrant. So it's positive with a negative in front. So I put a negative at the back. Yeah. So after you have this one already, you may then start to do just like, this is equivalent to inverse cosine negative square root 3/2. Yeah. So this is how you can do a method to actually do the question. Otherwise, for this question, I think Ali who is doing this method. Otherwise, right, another method we can think of for this 120, right, you can do the conversion because you can tell that this is actually in the second quadrant. So you may actually convert it to the first quadrant, negative sine 60. Then, right, after that, isn't it this is equivalent to this one, negative cosine 30 degree. Yeah, you can also do this method. Then, but actually no point to convert to the negative cosine 30 degree. You can actually just, after this one, right, you can just punch in calculator to get cosine 30 degree. So similarly, you will get this one. Yeah, so you will just square it. So you will get 3/4. Then after that, you can get cosine 30 degree is actually square root 3/2. Then subsequently, right, you sub this value into here, so you get negative square root 3/2. So after you get the value already, right, then you put into the question. So either way are workable lah. Just that the first method, right, that you can get from calculator diary, I just worry about the sign. Because you must decide sine 120 is positive first. Then after that, because you are going to square it, just concerned about whether you will forget to include the sign here. So probably second method here, right? Easier for you to take note of the sign here. Because we convert using the ASTC method, convert to the basic angle, basic angle. Yeah. So this could be slightly easier because it will not overlook the sign. Then similar method after you get this one. Yeah. So yeah, I think I have actually introduced all the question type and have also list out all the steps for you to understand. Also, right, actually I teach you so many steps here. Of course, other than you can look at it here, other than the type A, I will say that type A is actually ask you to find the range of them, right? This one very simple. You can just use calculator to find it. So probably, let's say, actually the workings is not needed because they only need the answer key. Just that I teach you the method is in case you forgot the range. Yeah, so you can just conclude from there. But type B and type C, it depends. If let's say the questions, right, is let's say 2 marks, then you need all the workings. But let's say it's only 1 mark, right? You may just write the answer, which is this one directly. If only 1 mark. If only 1 mark, you just write the answer directly, like this one for the questions. But if it's like 2 marks, then you need the work.